Hey everybody, this is Sean B. Bradley, CEO of Dealer Synergy, and I am super excited to introduce a very dear friend of mine, Danny Alkassmi. Say hello to everybody, Danny.
Hello, everyone.
Okay, what you all might not know is that Danny Alkassmi is the reason why there's a Sean V. Bradley, there's a Dealer Synergy, there's an Internet Sales 20 Group, and I don't know, there's about $100 extra million in the automotive industry and Internet sales. So, Danny, would you like to share with everybody how we met and just, how that all started? And do you remember what year that was? I do.
I do. It was 1999.
Yes, it was.
Okay, so here we go. We're on the same page. So in 1999, I was delivering a series of workshops, iNet training technologies for Autobytel at the time. And first row, there sat this amazing, energetic, fabulous student that paid attention, took lots of notes, and I guess asked for a few other special treatments throughout the class, but this was the introduction with Sean.
So
It was a good day.
it was an amazing day.
It was a good day.
So picture it, 1999. I was working at a Lincoln Mercury Mazda dealership, Weissler Lincoln Mercury Mazda in Bricktown, New Jersey, and thank you, Taylor Weissler, for sending me to that Autobytel workshop. So I go to the Autobytel workshop, and Danny Alkassmi was the instructor, and as he mentioned, with a company called iNet. And the whole purpose was to teach young fledgling car people back in 1999 how to sell cars online. And I was just mesmerized, captivated, intrigued, awed by Danny's style, his delivery, and the message. It made sense, and I was like thirsty for information, and my man was like a fire hydrant, just like gushing, with information. So
I don't like that fire hydrant thing. You know what they do to it. No, seriously.
okay.
Find another example.
Okay. How about like a faucet of knowledge?
A spring.
A spring. Okay, fair enough. A spring. But it's more than just a spring. Spring is just like, it's a spring. It's like
Waterfall.
Yes. Okay, there. I'm in. That's
River.
river
Yeah.
flowing.
Not a fire hydrant.
All right, I'm from New York. That's all I know. There's no waterfalls in Queens and Brooklyn, New York. There's
it.
a lot of fire hydrants, but
Got it.
you get what I'm getting at. Is that Danny was just honestly on top of his game, and for somebody that didn't know anything. I went through some tapes from actually from other trainers and from the manufacturer, but nobody back then in 1999 had any information on internet sales, how to engage the prospect. So my first question for you, Danny, is how the hell did you do it? The full question is, how did you, in 1999, when almost everybody had no idea about internet sales, how did you have a whole curriculum? Like, where'd that come from?
Okay, well, great question, and I will just give you the factual answer. My world was showroom sales, retail sales, and I had a terrific client named Doug Wakeham, hello Doug, who actually paid for me to go on an 8 months odyssey, coast to coast, meeting with dealers, interviewing people, getting into this new world, internet sales, because I knew nothing about it. And I had to learn it. I had to document, I had to record best practices from winning dealerships, from winning performances. I took all of that, and then I turned that experience into a curriculum called inetselling.com.
And I got to tell you, some of that information is heavily influenced in dealer synergy. So I'm giving credit where credit's due. I mean, one thing that blew me away, and this is so much of a kudos to you, Danny. One of my word track pieces is, in step 5 of our system, we asked the big question. Remember that? That's exactly,
Sure.
I called it the qualifying question, but Danny called it, the big Q.
The big Q.
The big Q.
Good job.
And the big Q was, quick question: have you ever purchased a vehicle online before? Am I correct? Mm-hmm. And we're in 2013. I learned that one word track, that one question right there in 1999. And you know what's crazy? It is still extremely relevant today in 2013. You ask people, quick question, have you ever purchased a vehicle online before? And you know what's crazy? A lot of people still say, no, I've never purchased a vehicle online before. So let's start with that. How crazy is that word track that I learned in 1999 is still relevant in 2013?
It really is relevant, and it is still useful because regardless of how the customer answers that, Yes, I have. No, I haven't. It's your opportunity to pick it up and move to the next phase. If they have, what did they like about that experience? Well, we do that and then some. And if they haven't, allow me to explain how we do this. So it's a great start. It's a way for you to manage the conversation and take it wherever you want it to go.
Okay, so let's go just a couple other questions into here because I'm just super excited about what I've been, learning that you've got going on. But can you talk to people just briefly about RBI? Because I've heard so many trainers and so many consultants say that you can't reinvent the road to the sale. If road to the sale is road to the sale, 6 steps, 8 step, 10 step, get 'em in, and what have you. Danny has actually reinvented the entire road to the sale process. Can you just kind of share that with everybody? And what is RBI and why is it different? And more importantly, why is it relevant?
Absolutely. I guess as it relates to your world today, the customer shows up regardless of what brings them to your showroom. The question is, now what? Now what are you going to do? The goalposts have moved, and if you don't move with it, you're going to miss that goal shot every single time. So RBI stands for Rising Beyond Inc., which is the name of our company. RBI introduced to the industry 16, 17 years ago a new road to the sale. I borrowed the game of baseball to try to illustrate, to try to show a clear path from beginning to end how to get the job done. So a baseball game is very relevant to what we do. RBI is a name related to baseball. You meet a customer at home plate, you secure your bases one at a time, and then you bring them home. The sequence of events, not taking shortcuts, is really, really big. So I look forward to introducing RBI to your audience coming up in Dallas, as well as introducing your audience, your broader audience, to the nuts and bolts of RBI through your new project.
Well, that's the super announcement for today is that Danny is going to be one of our elite prestigious speakers at the Internet Sales 20 Group in Dallas, Texas, March 19th to 21st. And his subject is, okay, now that they're in the showroom, now what? I'm sure you have a sexier title for the workshop, but it's basically once they show up, how to engage and secure that sale. But on top of that, Danny's in the Dealer Synergy Studios as we speak, and we are shooting a complete video-on-demand training, tracking, testing, certification curriculum on showroom sales, utilizing his acclaimed RBI system. So, Danny, can you just share with somebody or manager or owner just one little nugget that you've found in your, score plus years in the automotive industry? Like, what is the most significant, important thing, and tie it into why they should be really excited about seeing your video on demand training?
Okay, well, absolutely. Perhaps you've been exposed to training. There are a lot of terrific, absolute, wonderful people out there spreading the gospel, if you will, and sharing with the world their knowledge and their experiences. What I would like to share with you at this moment is, if you come to our event in Dallas, I promise you, and I will make this commitment, I promise you that I will share with you things that you haven't heard before. So, been there, done that does not apply. Can't tell you much about it, because if I tell you now, I'll have to sell you. But I won't do that. So come in and attend the workshop and you'll be able to get a lot of information. You'll walk away with so much value, and I will say it again. You will hear from me things that you have not heard before, no one else has told you about, and that is a promise. You would ask me, tell me a little bit about, give me a nugget or two. So I'll just tell you this. When we present RBI to your audience, we won't just talk about the what part of what everybody talks about. We will talk about the what to do. We will talk about how to do it. We will dive deep into the how to get it done. We will touch and explain the why to do everything. And then there's that last piece that no one will bring to the table, and that is the when to do everything. What, how, why, and when is what's so special about RBI.
In closing, I just want to let you all know one more time. If there wasn't a Danny Alkassmi, there absolutely wouldn't be a Dealer Synergy and Sean V. Bradley. I've learned so much from Danny that it's influenced me to own, I think we're up to 6 or 8 companies at this point.
Wow.
And I've worked with Danny. You know what's crazy? Just like, thank you, because I've personally trained over 2,000 dealer principals and GMs. Fact. Over 7,000 total automotive professionals. My articles reach hundreds of thousands of people in our industry. And honestly, like, you know what I mean? Like, this is not a love fest or anything like that. It's just a respect fest, because I would not have been able to do all that if I wasn't inspired, excited. So here's the thing. You don't know who you have at your dealership. You don't know what their potential is to becoming, you know, a 30, 40 car professional. They could be a rising superstar manager, GM, or even a future dealer principal. So I achieved all this because I went to this man's, you know, workshop in '99. It's crazy.
Well, I don't know if you can tell, I'm actually now blushing. But seriously speaking, I'm grateful, I'm honored, and it's absolutely my pleasure to be a part of what you're doing.
The feeling's mutual. Listen, you have to, you know, come to the Dallas 20 group. You don't want to miss Danny's workshop. And again, you got to look out for automotivedigitaltraining.com. Again, that's automotivedigitaltraining.com. Danny's going to have a full-blown curriculum, video-on-demand training, tracking, testing, certification for showroom. And we'll see you in Dallas. Bye.
See you there.